Our word today is the first line of the third paragraph of today's gospel reading. Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. This verse states some facts. The first fact is that you and I, labor. We work. Simple. But the second is that in the midst of working and doing something on a daily basis, we get burdened. And the burdens come from several aspects of our lives. These burdens can be found in one's spiritual life, the struggles we undergo. Second, it can be psycho-emotional. That can also be really bothering. Third, it can be financial. Fourth, it can be from the aspect of health. Fifth, it can be relational, social. You and your family, you and the rest, you and your friends. But the fact remains, we all are burdened by a lot of things and coming from the different aspects of life. And that's why the Lord will say, come to me and I will give you rest. Every time I celebrate Masses here on weekdays, especially in the afternoon at 5:30, although people in the congregation are excited to attend Mass, I know, because it's not quote-unquote an obligation. It's not a Sunday. And yet you see on their faces how tired they can be, and they are. And that's why I say, let us offer this that we may be able to rest in the Lord. Because in the midst of all our problems, if we put all our cares upon Him, we know we can rest. And that's why the Lord makes an invitation. Come to me. What does this mean? It means two things. First, to make the right choice or response. Many times we find people in the midst of all the problems and burdens seeking wrong solutions, wrong stuff. Jesus would say, come to me, make the right choice or response, and you will truly find rest. And second is because choosing God as the appropriate answer for all our labors and burdens will put an end to all our struggles, will give us peace. Application. Number one, question. What are our burdens? I mentioned this in passing a while ago. Well, our burdens can be health-related. Yesterday, after my afternoon Mass, I went to the sacristy and then I checked my cell phone. In the inbox, I saw one text message. It was coming from a friend. And he was asking me to pray for his younger brother. At 18, was diagnosed with cancer and is at stage 4. He said, Father, what do you think I should do? My brother is promising, he's young, and yet he seems to be slowly eaten up by cancer, and we know, all of us in the family, that soon he will go. If your friend asks you about your insights into something like this, what would you say? If somebody comes up to you and says, help me, I'm at a loss, what am I supposed to do? I was, a few days ago, I chanced upon, so I was checking on a lot of things, and I saw this young British diver. I don't know if you've come across this name, but his name is Tom Daley. I came across his life at, I think, 14. He became the European champion in diving, 10 meters, the youngest. I think at 17, his father died. His father was going through a lot, one tumor after the other. But while he was interviewed, I noticed he manifested this inner strength that probably was built upon by the family over the years in him. And I admired him so much for that at a young age. But I realized as I was listening to all his answers, I said, something seems to be missing. Because although he was saying only a miracle can change the course of his life, but then I said, at the end of it, I said, there was something missing. He never mentioned the word God and prayer. But probably in the mention of miracles, because that's one whole package that was contained there. But that's why we say, we have a lot of burdens in life. One of them can fall under the category of health-related. Second, money. Sa tong kanta, money, money, money. Forget about the money, diba? The world. Money-related for daily needs. Sometimes because classes just started, school needs. I've met a lot of parents, and they'd always say, Father, I cannot pay, I can't give anything for the down payment. Will you take my children? I said, we can also say no. Then I looked at the records, and then I said, of course you can enroll your kids. But make sure you slowly settle the bill, otherwise they start to pile up. And they said, of course, Father, in a month's time. I said, did I hear it right? He said, yeah, in a month's time. I thought in a year's time. But second, third, relationship with spouses. They've never been married, so I don't know how it feels. Especially kung you have issues with your spouse. Imagine you sleep with him, with her, then you wake up in the morning and they say, this is my problem. That would be terrible. Then you sleep at night, and then all of a sudden you hear him snoring. That is another problem. See? Relationship with spouse, or with children, or with siblings. Sometimes I hear a brother or sister telling the other brother or sister, I cannot stand your presence. That's terrible. With in-laws, I don't know. I only have one sister-in-law. That's making it a lot lighter. But I don't know with you, probably you have all the in-laws in life. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. And I don't know how you are coping with this, because relationships many times can also be a source of a lot of pressure, sometimes even with office mates, not to mention neighbors. That's why the question is, second, what responses, choices do we make to cope with life's problems and burdens? Some choose what I call self-destructing vices. Like what? Alcohol. Some people drown themselves taking alcohol, thinking they would in the process forget about the problems. One. Some will even take drugs. When I was a lot thinner, sige kong kasay pang addict. Yeah. In fact, one time, I was trying ko sa motor, and then I heard two students, siguro less than 1 meter away from me. Ngayon sila, pagtanas, Father, basig na siya bato. Pagkaluwag na ito, nito nga, oh, dagang kong batos balay na pa-renovate ko, pinakataro mo. Bato is a term for shabu, right? But people think by taking that, they can get away, stay away from their problems. Of course, not to mention all the other vices. But some who do it the positive way. Change of lifestyle. Change of lifestyle. Probably coming from what we call in spirituality, metanoia. Change of heart. I hear this from people, especially those who have attended mga marriage encounters, couples. Like one Sunday, kaning silingan. Kita siya sa bana siya nga, naaroy, bulang. Ito baga ako sa paso sa ko, bay. Umilagro man kang bupas. Yan nga na ako sa siya. O di nakuana. Siya nga naman. Yan yung itubag. Ano may word? Couples naman ko. You know what that means? Meaning, member niya siya couples for Christ. And then I heard it, they said, that's nice. Na ay small conversions. That's why we say, clean way, change of lifestyle, and other alternative responses. That's why Christian response, what are we supposed to do? Number one, life of prayer. I see a lot of students in the congregation. I would like to offer a second choice, second option sa mga estudyante. When you have problems, make it a habit to visit the Blessed Sacrament at the Adoration Chapel. Very effective. Okay, I see someone saying, asa man ang Adoration Chapel? I can literally, asa man ang Adoration Chapel? Okay lang, it's okay. There's one at the cathedral. Okay, pagsulod nimo, nalito ko kayo Adoration Chapel. You can go inside. I think it opens until 1 or 2 in the morning. But when I used to frequent the Adoration Chapel, up to 3 in the morning it was open. That's one. No? But if you live in somewhere in this area, sa Redemptorist Parish, they have what they call Balay sa Kahilom. You can go there. And then, you can pour out. You can even talk to the Lord, especially if you're alone. No, but pagbantay na, unahin mo sulod, hulong sa. Kaya makayin sila na, unsa man ni siya. Mura man o nakuanan, nahiluman o gamay. So, I would like to push for that. Visit the Blessed Sacrament or the Adoration Chapel. In your free time. Instead of, like, if you can stay in the library and do research because you're through with all your homeworks and projects, go to the Adoration Chapel and pray. Or, if a church is open, there's no activity, you can go inside and pray on your own. They always say, remember this, talking about problems, burdens, they always say, the gap between heaven and earth is bridged by kneeling down in prayer. If you think heaven seems to be so far from you, and you're supposed to be so earthly with all your problems and burdens, bridge the gap by kneeling down in prayer. Based on my personal experience, it truly works and it's truly powerful. Try it. Please stand.